Hello, guys. Um, Welcome back to Tip Talks. I know I've been gone for a while. Um, I prefer it this way if I'm gonna be honest. So today, we're gonna close out season one and then get into what season two will bring. So the episode, the season finale for season one is called Entering My 30s with Grace. This episode is special to me. I'm reflecting on lessons that I'm carrying into my 30s. So today we'll talk about what am I leaving behind in my 20s, lesson I will carry forward, and encouragement for anyone approaching a new decade. Whew. So what do I want to carry forward into this current chapter? Because this was supposed to be done, as a birthday special. So when I started this and I started my whole transition into becoming the person that I want to be today and moving forward, it was learning how to be me unapologetically, right? Because I've always noticed that I would refine myself into this box of environment until whatever I'm at. And yes, I'm pro adaptability. Like, when you're here, you're this way, or when you're there, you're that way. But it was just like when I focused so heavy on, for example, like, speaking up or being more vocal about things that I wanted to do. In the meantime, I would get like a comment from someone and be like, you're being too aggressive, or you're being too like your way or the highway. So in the midst of me trying to perform, or what's the word, grow in the aspect of saying how I feel and standing on that shit and meaning that shit, like, this is what I said. Here comes somebody that, I genuinely care about and say something to, it makes you think, and it makes you take a step back and be like, is this really how I am? Or is just this a reflection of how that person feels, or are they telling me how I feel? Because people love to do that too. Like, well, I feel like you this and I feel like you that, or I feel like you're doing this and I feel like you're doing that, or I feel like you feel this, or I feel like you feel that. So it's like, so tell me how I really feel. Like, I don't need to sit here and justify my point because you already telling me how I already feel, how I already act, instead of giving me the benefit of the doubt, because you're my friend. But lessons that I'm leaving behind is validation. Like, validation comes from within. And yes, everyone loves to be validated from the outside party, but like, that shit starts from within. So if you can't clap for yourself, and you can't show up for yourself and perform for yourself and be happy for yourself, like, honey, you won't have a hard time. Lessons that I will carry forward is do what you want. Do what you want. Insert whatever that means. Like, do what you want, period. Like, complete sentence. Because you have to live with the what ifs. You have to live with the repercussions. You have to live with the doubt. You have to live with the happiness. You have to live with it working out. Like, do what you want. Do what you want. And the encouragement that I have for people entering this decade is, it will come, right? Like, eventually it will come. And something that I've been told over and over again from the past decade, mainly over the past 6 months, is that you could have it all. You know, like it was this quote that I came across, or this saying. It's like, you're doing 99% of the what the people in this world can't do. So how much percentage do you feel like will understand you? And like, it hit home because I was like, damn, like I struggle with being misunderstood, and I want to present myself, or I want to be well liked, or insert whatever word you want to use. But if you sitting here trying to do what everyone else isn't doing, so it's like, so who really gonna understand you? So it goes back to what I said prior. Do what you want to do, and validation comes within. Like, they all trickle down, and you go forward, you could go backwards, however you want to view it as. Like, my 20s, I got a lot of knee scrape scars and bruising, and a lot of hurt, pain, happiness, growth, love. I received a whole lot from when I decided to change myself and who I was approaching into this world when I was 20, because that's when I had my epiphany, to now being 30. Like, bitch, you made it, bitch, you did it, bitch, you doing a good job, bitch, you doing a good job. Like, I'm grateful to be here. I'm in awe to be here, because a lot has changed, and it's hard to see it, and it's hard to accept it, or it's hard to live it when you're in it, if that makes sense. Like, it's easy to be like, it's easy to be like, fuck it. Like, I'm doing all this. Sorry, I was scrolling. I'm doing all this. I'm grinding. I keep hitting the wall. I keep hitting the wall. I keep hitting the wall. And not noticing that you're not hitting the wall, you're pushing the wall. And that's something that I had to come to realize. Like, you're pushing the expectation further, you're pushing the goal further, you're gaining resilience, you're gaining all these qualities that's gonna set you up for the rest of your life. So my quotes for today is, the woman I prayed to become is finally here. The woman that I prayed to become is finally here. Maybe she isn't perfect. Maybe she's still healing, but she's here. She is here. I celebrate the woman that I am today. And my question to myself, and if you're currently entering in your 30s, and I would follow up for my next episode, is, what do I want my 30s to feel like? And whatever comes to mind, you take the time and you journal. And, I hope you join me in season 2 to discuss this next decade and next chapter of my life, of our life. And until next time, be gentle with who you are becoming.